Welcome to Seaforth Boat Rental. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to get you out on the water today. Before you hop on the boat, we're going to go over a list of things to make sure that your experience out there is fun and that you're confident and will operate in a safe manner.
You are departing from our Glorietta Bay, Coronado location, which is noted with the letter A on the map. Glorietta Bay is a no-wake zone. All marinas where boats are docked or anchored are 5-mile-per-hour no-wake zones, which means you must go very slow so that you don't make any waves that may rock other boats around you. Maintain an idle speed in this area and do not accelerate until you are outside of Glorietta Bay beyond the 5-mile-per-hour buoys. Take a note of landmarks around you in this area that may help you find your way back to our docks upon your return. At the corner of the Glorietta Bay Basin, by the sandy beach along the golf course, you will see one red and multiple yellow buoys marking an anchorage. Do not cut through this area or weave through any boats that are anchored. At the opening of Glorietta Bay, you will see 3 white buoys with orange circles on them. These buoys are marking the no-wake zone. Only once you pass these buoys, you may accelerate when it is safe to do so. Watch for all other boat traffic before accelerating. When you are returning, slow down to an idle speed before passing the no-wake buoys. Making waves in a no-wake zone can result in large fines, and your waves could damage vessels that are docked and anchored in the bay. Glorietta Bay is also a popular swimming and water sports location. Keep an eye out for any kayakers, paddleboarders, and swimmers, and avoid approaching them closely while your engine is running. Once out on the open bay, you will be able to see the tall blue Coronado Bridge. This is a landmark you can see from pretty much everywhere in the bay. If you go under the bridge, stay in the channel between the pillars numbered 18 through 20, the widest and tallest legs of the bridge. If you continue south of the bridge, you will want to stay in the shipping channels between the red and green buoys. It gets shallow most everywhere in South Bay outside of the channel. There are 2 main channels. The Glorietta Bay entrance channel takes you into the anchorage swim area in Coronado. It is shallow near this channel out off the Navy SEAL Training Amphibious Base, and on the other side under the bridge. If you do not remain in the middle of the Glorietta Bay channel, you risk running aground. The South Bay channel takes you by the Naval Shipyard and hugs closer to the downtown side of South Bay Basin. Continuing further south, you will see Navy ships docked in the naval yards along the shore. Do not go past the last Navy ship or Fiddler's Cove Marina on the other west side of the basin. The bay continues further, but it gets extremely shallow and you will run aground. South Bay is large and open with less boat traffic. North Bay near downtown is very narrow and has heavy boat traffic. Always keep your head on a swivel, keep a proper lookout, and maintain a safe speed. Slow down over large waves or wakes and approach them at a 45-degree angle. Always stay at least 150 feet from the shore, other boats, and any other objects out on the water. Keep a lookout for floating debris and avoid collisions. Stay 300 yards away from all naval vessels. All gray areas marked on the chart are Navy restricted areas. There is a black boom floating around these Navy security zones. At the end of the aircraft carrier base on North Island and its floating security gate is the start of the Naval Air Base. Look for a building with Fly Navy written in big blue writing on the side of the building. This is the northern boundary for jet skis. If you are on a jet ski, do not pass the Fly Navy sign or the tip of Harbor Island in front of the downtown skyline near the airport on the other side of the bay. At the entrance to San Diego Bay, there is an active duty submarine base called Ballast Point. Do not go past this submarine base. You will see the tall, barren Point Loma cliffside on the west side of the harbor entrance, and a large submerged rock wall on the east side, Zuniga Jetty, and a fairly large ocean out in front of you. Stop before you get to Zuniga Jetty and Ballast Point submarine base. Turn back into the bay. Do not continue into the entrance channel or into the open ocean. If you are planning on swimming off your boat today, do not swim in the main bay or in the shipping channel. The best places to swim are Glorietta Bay by the beach at the golf course or at Kellogg's Beach by Shelter Island across from the police dock. When entering Shelter Island Basin, there is a marked obstruction and shoal off the tip of Shelter Island. Be sure to navigate around this obstruction and not between the tip of the island and the danger signs. Before anyone gets in the water, turn off the boat completely and remove the keys from the ignition. Count to 10 to ensure the propeller is not spinning anymore. Sailboats, kayaks, paddleboards, and anything not using an engine has the right of way. It is your responsibility to avoid them. If you are coming head-on with another vessel, slow down and steer to the right so that they will pass you on your left-hand side. A vessel crossing your path from your right-hand side has the right of way. Yield to them. Slow down, turn right, and steer behind them. If you are passing a slower-going vessel, stay well clear of them and pass on the safest side. Under no circumstance will you have the right of way when you are overtaking another vessel. If they change their course or speed, you must take proper action to avoid collision. It is best practice to assume that other boaters are not paying attention or cannot see you. If you are driving fast, slow down and drive defensively. Take early actions to avoid collisions and always be aware of your surroundings. Operate your boat in a way that makes your intentions clear to others around you. Remember to stay at least 150 feet away from all other vessels and objects, especially if your speed exceeds 5 miles per hour. The rules are set so that there is a general guideline for boaters to follow in certain situations. But remember, the number one rule remains: avoid collision at all costs. If you see an orange flag, a red flag with a white stripe, or the white and blue alpha flag, these should make you aware of a skier or diver in the water around you. Stay at least 500 feet away from the vessel displaying these flags. Keep an eye out for the people or equipment in the water. If anyone is ever in the water around you for any reason, turn the boat off completely. Even in neutral, the propeller can still spin. The propeller spinning is extremely dangerous to anything in the water around it. The dockhand that will help you to your boat will also show you the safety equipment and how to safely control the boat. Make sure that all children under the age of 13 wear a life jacket at all times. Always wear the kill lanyard and know how to start and stop the vessel. Listen carefully to their instructions and be sure to ask any questions that you may have before you leave.